In nuclear force, what happens basically? The force which binds the nucleus, which binds the nucleus is called nuclear force. इसकी वजह से कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक होते हैं, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ nuclear force. So the first characteristic is it is a very short range force, and we can't see the nucleus, so it is very small. So it is very short range force. But it is strong in nature. Strong in nature. And it obeys inverse square law. Now what is inverse square law? Idea कोई? Inverse square law. Basically इसमें क्या होता है? 1 by r square होता है. Force is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. Force is proportional to 1 by r square. So this is inverse square law. And it does not depend upon the medium. Vacuum में रखो, कहीं पे भी रखो, nucleus के अंदर का जो charge रहेगा, it will not depend upon the surrounding medium. So it is independent of medium. Independent of the medium. Any doubt? No. Okay. Next, we can say that we have not done with the characteristic of gravitational force. So let's understand the characteristic of gravitational force. Gravitational force. So the first characteristic is it is a long range force. पता नहीं यूनिवर्स में हर एक पार्टिकल पे काम करते रहते हैं. So it is a long range force. Getting my point? It is even applicable for Pluto. It is even applicable for Earth. It is even applicable for each and everything. So it is long range force. Long range force. But it has weak nature, because if it will have a strong nature, then everything, you can't sit on a chair, everything will start colliding with you. So it is long range force, and it is weak in nature. It is weak in nature. And also we can say that it also obeys inverse square law. Inverse square law. क्योंकि हम लोग ने पढ़ा है F directly proportional to we have studied that F in M1, M2 from R square, inverse square. And it also does not depend upon the medium. So it does not depend on the. है ना? It does not depend upon the nucleus. Is it clear till here? Next is in the nuclear force, there is also a strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. The strong nuclear force. Now, what is strong nuclear force? Try to understand. We can say that the strongest force which binds the nucleus is called the strongest force which binds the nucleus is called strong nuclear force. And also we can say that it is charge independent. It is charge independent. It won't depend upon the positive charge, negative charge. And the last point is the weak nuclear force. Have you heard about nuclear fission and fusion?
Yeah, there is something related to the atoms.
Correct.
etc.
So weak nuclear force. So the force which is responsible for nucleus decay is called weak nuclear force. Is it clear, beta?
Yes.
Just make a note, then we'll move ahead.
So can you like read out the weak nucleus force part because I can't understand like one part of it.
हाँ बोल बेटा.
Like the weak nucleus force part. Can you like repeat it like the statement?
Nucleus force. एक
Weak nucleus force, nuclear force.
मैं आपको फोन कर देता हूँ. एनोटेट करो जरा, हमको दिख नहीं रहा है.
This weak nuclear force, the
अच्छा, weak
statement.
nucleus. The force which is responsible for nucleus decay.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm done.
Done?
Yeah.
अच्छा, कॉन्टेक्ट नॉन कॉन्टेक्ट ऑलरेडी मैंने बता दिया. Next is centripetal and centrifugal force, or we can say that real force, and pseudo force. Pseudo force. Real and pseudo force. What is real force? तो basically real force का मतलब क्या होता है? We can say that the force which has point of origin, point of origin is called a real force. Point of origin का मतलब क्या होता है? Suppose इस circular motion है, तो यहाँ पे एक रेडियस होगा, और इसके अंदर we can say that this body will always be directed toward the center. The center पे directed होगा, radius r. So this force which is originated from the center will be called as a real force, because it has the force which has point of origin is called as a real force. So this force is nothing but the centripetal force. Centripetal force. Centripetal force. So the force which has point of origin is called real force, and this is centripetal force. And also we can say that the it is a it has a, or the real force obeys law of motion. Law of motion. It will always obey a law of motion. And the formula for this is centripetal force is given by FCP equals to minus mv square upon FCP is equals to minus mv square upon. Now negative sign will indicate that. So what the negative sign will indicate? Negative sign indicates that the body is directed towards the center. Towards the center. So it will be directed towards the center. Next, we can say that it occurs in inertial frame of reference. It occurs in inertial frame of reference. Frame of reference. Any doubt in this, beta?
No.
Okay. Inertial frame is the inert frame in which Newton's law is valid. Okay, so vice versa we can say that. Next is a pseudo force. So now in pseudo force we can say that the force which does not have point of origin. Okay, so the force which does not have point of origin is called pseudo force. And the best example, see, suppose for example, if we leave the string, this ball will move tangentially. So not any force is not pushing is tangentially, but this ball will move tangentially outward. So this force will be called as centrifugal force. It is directed away from the center. So the force which does not have point of origin is called pseudo force, and we can say that the force is not directed to. Oh, sorry, the force is directed directed away from the center. So it will be always away from the center. And let's say that Newton's law of motion is not valid. And in this case, the formula example will be centrifugal force. Force. Okay. And formula for this will be F is equals to mv square upon it. It won't have a negative sign. Is this clear, beta? Acha, one more thing. What will be the more example in case of centrifugal force? Motion of planet. Motion of planet. So all planet moves in a circular path because of centripetal force. And here example will be separation of, I will write it over here. Separation of cream from milk. पता है गांव में हम लोग करते हैं. We just, I hope you have seen that there is a vessel like this, and there is a device like this. ऐसा कुछ एक डिवाइस होता है जिसको राउंड राउंड अपन घुमाते हैं, क्रीम गेट सेपरेटेड, है ना. बटर मिल्क से we just separate and make it buttermilk. So this device is, I don't know this device exactly, but
Yeah, but
centrifuge process. So there we use a centrifuge process, and also we can give an example, separation of plasma from blood. So that is also a centrifuge process. Okay. And one more example, you can say that when a car takes a sudden turn, we experience an outward force. That is nothing but the centrifugal force. Is it clear, beta? Just make a note.
Okay.
Done, beta?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. Next, real force, pseudo force, we did. It's work done by variable force. So work done by variable force. Try to understand. Just they might ask in the exam. Variable force. So in this case, we can say that, see, suppose for example, if this is a surface and we have a kept block on the surface, and when we apply a force at an angle theta, this is F, so this will be F cos theta. So we know that for work is equals to force into displacement. So here it will be F cos theta into S. F cos theta into S. So W is equals to Fs cos theta. So this is the first thing. Now, when we say that, the body moved from a distance S1 to S2, matlab this was S1, this is S2. So in this case, variable amount of force will be applied. So for the small displacement, the work done is very small. The work done is very small. So therefore, dW is equals to FTX. Yeah, FTS we can say. So therefore, the total work done total work done is given by dW is equals to integration F ds. So suppose this is 0 to W and this is S1 to S2. So dW will be W, and this will be force will be constant, तो उसको बाहर निकाल देंगे, and ds will be S2 minus S1. Do you know na integration upper limit minus lower limit? You have idea about that, na?
No, I
Acha,
don't.
okay, not an issue. See, integration of x raised to n dx. Okay, integration of x raised to n dx is written as x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Okay, this is the formula. Whenever they will be given x raised to n dx. Now, suppose for example, if they give you x raised to 2 dx, then it will be x raised to 2 plus 1, that is n plus 1 upon excuse me, 2 plus 1. This will be x raised to 3 by 3. Is it clear? Now,
Yeah.
suppose if they give mention some limit also, that is uh, 2, or we can say that, let us say write it as 1 and 2. So how we will do? 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 will be constant. So we'll take it outside. Now in place of x, we will substitute upper limit and lower limit. So upper limit is 2 raised to cube minus lower limit 1 raised to cube. So this will be 1 by 3. This will be 2 raised to 3 will be 8 minus 1. So this will be 7 by 3. Is it clear, beta? The same way what I have done. Here what I have done, I'll just write one or more, two more steps. Integration of 0 to w. So here is nothing, not anything. I mean w bhi nahi hai, kuch nahi hai. So what I will write is 0 to w. So can I write it w raised to 0 dw? Because anything raised to 0 is nothing, 1 only, correct? And here also f will be outside, s1 to s2 s raised to 0 ds, correct? So up now 0 plus 1 will be w only, okay, and upper limit is w and lower limit is w only. So initially this is small w f, and here also s raised to s, and limit will be s1 and s2. This is called as upper limit and this is called as lower limit. In maths you will study in detail. So now upper limit minus lower limit. So upper limit is w. So w minus 0 is 0 only. So I'll not write that. Equals to f. Now here upper limit is s2. So I'll write s2 minus lower limit is s1. Is it clear, बेटा?
Okay.
ये पक्का समझ में आया तुमको?
Yeah.
लिख लो इसको फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं.
Okay.
Done?
Yeah, and so this S1, S and S2, right over there, you've
Yeah.
written like arrow marker. What did you write?
Upper limit and lower limit.
Okay, done.
Okay. So let's do one numerical based on this. देखो suppose for example बोला गया in this question suppose example it's said that a block is moved. Okay. So when a block will be moved at a certain distance, let us say that, or suppose हमने एक equation लिखा है. Suppose there is an equation like f is equals to 3x square minus 2x plus 1. Okay. And object is displaced from x1 equals to 20 to x2 equals to 40. Okay. Centimeter, centimeter. बोला गया calculate the amount of work done. So W equals to question. So how to handle this type of a sum? So work is equals to integration S1 to S2. So work is equals to integration S1 to S2 F ds. So W is equals to S1 to S2. Now F can be written as 3x square minus 2x plus 1, correct? Dx. Now ds means is nothing but dx only. It is also distance and it is also distance. So I'll write it here x. So let's multiply the bracket. So S1 to S2, 3x square dx plus, sorry, minus integration S1 to S2, 2x plus S1 to S2 dx. Now here 3 will be constant, तो उसको बाहर लिख देंगे हम लोग. 3 will be constant, and this will be x square by, sorry, x is 2 plus 1, so x cube by 3 S1 to S2 minus 2 x square by 2 S1 to S2 plus x S1 to S2. Is it clear? Now this is given into centimeters, so x1 can be written as 0.2 meter and x2 can be written as 0.4 meter. Is it clear? So this 3 and this 3 will get cancelled, this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So W will be equals to x cube. Upper limit is 0.4, this is 0.2 minus x square 0.4, 0.2 plus x 0.2, 0.4. So W will be equals to x cube, upper limit minus lower limit. So 0.4 का cube minus 0.2 का cube minus 0.4 का square minus 0.2 का square plus 0.4 minus 0.2. Is it clear? Now what is 0.4? So 0.4 can be written as 0.4 की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? You can calculate ना. So for the 16 for the how much? 64, correct? And there will be 3 decimal plus 0.064, correct? So 0.064 minus 0.008 minus same. Getting my point? Same thing you can do. Or else what you can do, you know, एक स्टेप और अच्छे से करते हैं इसको. हम लोग ना इसे पूरे ब्रैकेट को ओपन कर देते हैं. तो 0.4 क्यूब माइनस 0.2 क्यूब. अच्छा वैसे ही करते हैं. That will be the easiest process. So let us say that this will be 0.064 minus 0.008. Now here 0.4 to 6, 0.16 minus 0.04, correct? And this is plus 0.4 minus 0.2. So W is equal to, you can just You can solve कर लोगे ना ये? So 0.64 will be, how much it will be?
Then it will be like 56 0.056.
Yeah. So just solve it. Final calculation कर लो. Joule.
Do you mind? Yeah. Sure.
Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
लिख लिया तुमने इसको?
No, wait. Okay, I'm not. I'm done, by the way.
ठीक है, remaining in the next class, ठीक है,
Thank you.
bye.